I'm Mary Tucker. I'm the Child Nutrition Director for Taylor County Schools in Grafton, West Virginia. Well, basically, Farm to School is to connect local farmers and their products with the public school system. We are a rural county in West Virginia, and so it fits right in with what we're trying to do. We also need to be teaching our children where their food comes from and then how to sustain that. You know, it's much better for me to buy produce from Mr. Schaefer's farm and have the lettuce picked that morning and then we serve it at lunch, as opposed to buying it from our vendor who harvests it in California and then delivers it to us.
My name is David C. I'm the Food Service Director for Fayette County Schools. I attended a Farm to School conference in Morgantown. I heard some things up there about West Virginia spends $7 billion on food every year, and I thought, wow, I wonder how much money I'm spending locally. And I got back here and did some research, and it was zero. Nothing was local. You know, there's a lot of benefits for local procurement. It helps the local community. It gives goodwill for the local people that are paying taxes and voting for levies and bonds, that they know when we have a choice we're spending our money locally. It's the most nutritious food, lowers our carbon footprint. There's just a lot of good reasons for buying local food. I went to a couple of farmers' meetings and made it known that I was wanting to buy local produce, and most farmers say, oh yeah, sure, right. But a couple farmers were really interested, and we started buying local strawberries and local eggs. It's developed into some other things, green beans and tomatoes. You know, we would buy as much local produce as they have to sell to us.
Rhonda McCoy, Director of Food Services, Cabell County Schools. The farm in which the students raise the corn and potatoes is in Milton, and we did have a local farmer that donated a field for our VOAG Ed students. Now, the first year we had a crop of turnips. We went up there and harvested the turnips. Each student also had a taste testing of what a fresh turnip would taste like, which is probably a little unusual. It's good for more than just raising a crop. It could also show students business and key into other lessons, for instance, testing the soil to see what the soil might need. It's just been a success all the way around. We've had many students to volunteer to go up there and help pick the corn. And in one evening we had like 60 students in the field, and then we'd bring it down here and we hired cooks for a couple of weeks to shuck corn. And as soon as it was prepared, we'd send it out to the schools to be served on the school meal tray.
My name is Becky Yost. I'm the Food Service Coordinator for Monroe County Schools. We are a very small rural county, and we have a lot of farmers here. We have a farmers co-op in the county. The farmers co-op made it very easy for me to begin purchasing foods from schools. They sell produce in a produce stand in the county during the summertime, so I stopped by there one day and spoke with several of the different farmers and told them what type of products I would be interested in buying this fall. They contacted me and invited me to come to their co-op meeting, and again we exchanged ideas. We spent $3,000 during August and September with the co-op, and it's certainly been a great asset for my county.
I think the biggest thing that we as food service directors need to be able to do is to be flexible in terms of what's available and how we can insert those things in our menu. We offer a garden bar at all of our schools every day, so I can put on my garden bar what things are available.
The biggest thing I could tell other food service directors is to have a good line of open communication with your farmers. They have to be willing to plant what you can use at the different seasons. The spring greens that I'm getting right now, they planted specifically for the school, and they would not have planted those things had I not talked to them and asked them to earlier in the season. It's really been much more painless than I thought it would be. The biggest thing is if you can find a way to get your farmers to get organized like mine are. I mean, I don't have to go around and say, do you have this, do you have that? They have actually employed someone that contacts me at the beginning of the week with a list of the foods that the farmers have available that week. I get it back to her, and then they take it to their farm market on Thursday mornings. They have it there bright and early. My commodity delivery man simply stops, picks it up, co-op and just takes it with the commodities to all the individual schools. They do all the billing through the co-op, so I only have one bill to pay each month. That makes it a lot easier than individual farmers also.
Whether it comes from Cisco or Crook Brothers or U.S. Foods, when it comes to our facility, we're going to wash it off. So if it comes from the farmer, even if it has a little bit more dirt on it than it would coming from Cisco, we still wash it off. It's still safe. Our local farmers are not going to want to give us, things that are going to make our kids sick. It's their kids too. It's their community.
We've tried to promote it. I try to put stickers on at least some of the things that are grown local. And because Monroe County is such a farming community anyway, they're used to eating stuff that is grown in home gardens and so forth. So that makes them certainly much more open to it.
About 15 of our cooks have trained other cooks throughout the state on scratch cooking. And we do use fresh products in our training. And we've trained about 150 cooks so far across the state. We would like to see every county participate so that the entire state is cooking from scratch. It took us 2 years to develop the recipes. Once we did that, we tested recipes. We went back to the drawing board, retested recipes so that they looked, tasted, and was appealing to students. Now our meal counts are higher than they've ever been. It is a little more work for the cooks, but we're trying to do everything we can to make it workable for them. They have worked wonderful with the products that they have received, so we think the entire county has offered so much support for this program. We're just really pleased that we have been able to participate in the Farm to School and that it has really taken off like it has. We have found cooperation among cooks, farmers, students. They seem to like the foods. They're excited when we serve those foods on the school meal tray and hope to see it even spread more.
Farm to School is a win for the farmers. It's a win for the kids. It's a win for us. It's a better nutrition, more food for the dollar than we can get anywhere else.